Freedom Front Plus leader, Uche, Jacob Zuma is a genius. You know what I'm saying? He's a political genius. I get, there wasn't this article says Zuma is a political genius, says FF plus. Look, what leader? Right. He says, former President Jacob Zuma might not be copying the union, he might not be occupying the union building anymore, but some opposition party leaders still marvel at his political strategy. I think you and I can concur as well to this, that when it comes to Jacob Zuma, it has never been a predictable route. He doesn't take the normal route, the ones that can easily predictable, like the current president. We all know that his strategy is that he's going to subject you into processes, but we know for a fact that he will manipulate the processes and he will put people in those processes that he's subjecting you to. He will put people that are going to make decisions in favor of him. His political strategy is very clear. If you oppose him, he's going to open cases against you and put you to jail. It's a very clear and a boring political strategy. There's nothing into it. You know what I'm saying? So we can see that just by looking and studying the current president, we can tell he's a lazy thinker. But when it comes to President Jacob Zuma, you can never predict Jacob Zuma's next move. Like, he's constantly moving. Hey, I know I said it. He is constantly moving. He's constantly changing things. He's constantly up to something. He's never settled. He's never quiet. He is always up to something. And you better rest assured, whenever he takes a step towards a certain direction, they already made a plan for that, right? That is Jacob Zuma for you. But I also have made a plan for you. So I put it to you that you do the following. If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the super thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, will bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed. An article published by EIOL that addressed this problem. They published the article on the 15th of April 2024. The article reads as follows, right? Dr. Mulder of the Freedom Front Plus described Jacob Zuma as a people's person, adding that can be attested to Zuma's victory as the ANC leader over Thabo Mbeki at the National Electoral Conference in Polokwane 2015. He then say Mulder, or I think it's Mulder, right? Or Mulder, I don't know, but let's say Mulder. I don't know, hey? Who is a FF plus candidate for the Premier of Western Cape in the 2024 elections, warned that people should never underestimate Jacob Zuma, adding that it can be seen by the establishment of Umkhonto weSizwe. He said, when Jacob Zuma was kicked out as the country's deputy president, many senior people cried over his defeat. That's how much influence Zuma has. Today, the MK party is a reality because of him. What Zuma then did was to go back to the grassroots level, and we all know what happened in Polokwane. Now, let me repeat this one. This is very important. It said, when Jacob Zuma was kicked out of the when Jacob Zuma, was kicked out as the country's deputy president, many senior people cried over his defeat. That's how much influence Zuma has. Today, the MK party is a reality because of him. What Zuma then did was to go back to the grassroots level, and we know what happened in Polokwane. Now, let's talk about the fact that he's saying MK party is a reality because of him. We know for a fact that MK party, now we have it on record that it was registered around September, right? It never made any waves. And I didn't even know that there was something called MK party to begin with. I didn't even know. But I only became aware of MK party's existence on the 16th of December 2023. Guess what happened on the day? What happened on the day was that Jacob Zuma became associated himself with MK party. The next day, which was the 17th of the same month, December 2023, MK party were already sitting on 1 million membership. Mulder said the reality is that ANC is syncing with President Ramaphosa because is believed to have a major attraction for big supporting event in the country. Or it says it's believed to be a major attraction for big supporting event in the country. He then says, if the ANC is successful in the upcoming election, they will say thank you very much and they will continue. If it fails, there won't be a reason enough to stay loyal to Ramaphosa. Besides, I don't see him as a good leader of the opposition. I don't think he will stay. Yeah, this is a very important point as well to say that if the ANC was to lose, power, and then ANC becomes an official opposition party, I honestly don't think Ramaphosa will succeed. I don't. Nami, when you look at the character of the being, you're like, no, this one, it's an opposition leader. Ramaphosa, never. That guy will never succeed. Never. I think should ANC lose, Ramaphosa will resign with immediate effect. Before being chased, Ramaphosa will resign. And I bet on this one. Ramaphosa will resign. But let's continue. Mulder says, one must not underestimate the political plot that is currently playing out. As the multi-charter coalition is planning to outcast the governing party. He further said that parties are also planning strategies to remove the ANC from power. Right. Regarding the notion of the Western Cape independence, the Freedom Front Plus leader said his organization supported the idea because the government has failed in terms of the national building. He said the country was not used. The country has not used the major supporting event to capitalize on the good. You see, this thing is updating itself on the good, emanating from the big victories in terms of the national building, right? I started with Rugby World Cup in 1995. With the late then President Nelson Mandela wearing the Springbok jersey. And everybody felt excited, but we thought, how long will the euphoria last before we have a problem again? Okay. He then say, we had the Cricket World Cup, then the FIFA World Cup in 2010, but the positivity from these big events, it did not last. They don't really bring unity or nation building. There, I really agree with him. Fully, I agree with him. I concur with him. I know it's a difficult issue, even our past, but we are saying, is South Africa a very diverse country, and we should not shy away from its diversity? Why will we like to say, let's use that diversity as strong building blocks to build a stronger unity in the country. But again, Mulder, a lot of people can accuse you guys of simple things such as when it was the World Cup, we were there, but when it is our event, you were not there. You were not seen in Bafana Bafana supporting Bafana Bafana. Yes, we don't dispute that there were some white people that were there. That cannot be disputed, but we're just saying majority of you guys, white people, were never seen supporting Bafana Bafana, right? It was never a big deal when rugby was playing. There was even suspended load shedding, but when Bafana Bafana was playing, load shedding was at play. You know what I'm saying? So just to show that Bafana Bafana is not a big deal to the right to the players. By the way, this emphasizes my point that the people that are in charge of ESCOM, they associate themselves more with the rugby team than the Bafana Bafana. And I made another video where I was talking about the fact that the things that are happening at ESCOM and how ESCOM is in the hands of white minority that controls everything at ESCOM. You can see it being displayed when Bafana Bafana was playing a team that belongs to the black. Well, let's see. The blacks are on their own, so they will get load shedding even in the midst of their games. We don't care. But when the team that was favored by them, they that are in charge of ESCOM, they were like, Mr. President, please announce that, please make sure that there's no load shedding. We want to watch a rugby. Mind you, a sport that is followed by minority in this country. But when that sport is playing, there's no load shedding. Not at all. But when the sport that belongs to the majority is playing, then there's load shedding. It teaches you one lesson. Who is in charge? If you can understand that, then you will know that you are not in charge here. You are not in charge here. They are in charge, not you. You know what I'm saying? So it demonstrates this point. So I get what Con Mulder has got to say about that, but the reality is that we don't see them uniting with black people, right? They can speak about unity all day long. We're fine. And I'm not necessarily saying there are no white people that you will find them being engaged in matters that concerns black people. No, I'm saying in terms of ratio, you will never find the majority of white people engaged in anything that will advance the cause of black people. The majority, I didn't say you will never find them, but I say the majority of them, they are never keen, never interested to advance the cause of black people. So if the very same white people are not interested to do things that will advance the cause of black people, how are you going to build a nation? On which unity are you going to build a nation? A nation is built on what? On false. Because when the same nation, when we, for instance, sorry guys, I need to check something here. When the very same nation, when you, for instance, you've got your own games, things that are of interest to you, such as rugby, I saw black people, black people who didn't even know. And a lot of them were tweeting and messaging and sending messages status that I don't even know what a try looks like. You know what I'm saying? But I'm there just to support it because it's a South African team. I myself, I felt like, hey, guys, man, I don't even know what a try looks like. So I wouldn't even attempt to pretend as if I'm supporting this thing. No, I won't even pretend that I don't even know. Not because I hate the sport, but I saw black people who doesn't even know what was happening there. They were just told about, look, oh, we won. Hey, they started celebrating, posting things. Bafana Bafana came. Did we see that? So if you talk about unity, this unity will be based on what? On the terms and conditions brought by white people. So I think this man needs to clarify. You talk about diversity, fine. You talk about building unity on using that diversity on whose condition? Because we have seen that you guys want us to dictate the condition. It is unity as long as whatever that is supposed to be united on, it favors you. But if it doesn't favor you, you distance yourself, you shut yourself in those huge buildings. You don't care about what is happening on the ground. So how are we going to build this unity on which basis?